Live with Bao. We are live with Bao. Hello, Bao. How are
Hello,
you?
yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very
Let me
good.
share. Let me share it on my timeline as well. Let me see how I do it quickly.
Okay, I think
I don't
it's
know how
done
to do.
automatically. I think it's done automatically.
Oh, it's all okay. Okay, good. All
Yeah,
right,
I think so. I think so. And if not, after that, you can share the recording.
perfect. All right.
Okay.
Very nice meeting you again today, Mia. Yeah,
Yes, nice meeting you.
yeah.
Like always.
I have a few questions from some of the friends on Facebook because I talked to them about I'm gonna interview a guru in business and in life, and they know about you able to earn $100 million at the age of 31, and they have a few questions about that. So the first question is that when did you think that you would open business instead of finding a job? Like a lot of people think about, yeah, I'm gonna graduate and find a job.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll tell you an interesting story around that. At the age of, I think about 40, 45, after I had a major success and everything was amazing, I met a friend from school. And I was sitting with him in a coffee shop, and I met him by mistake, and totally by mistake, which is another story. But I met him by mistake. So we're sitting in this coffee shop, and we're starting to talk. And I didn't see him for, I don't know, 20 something years, and I'm telling him what I'm doing, and he's telling me what I'm doing, and he says, "Well, I knew you'll do that." I said, "What do you mean? How do you know? How do you know?" He said, "What, don't you remember?" I said, "No, don't remember. What should I remember?" So he said, "You remember when we were 16 years old? We were standing next to this red gate at the school, and you told me that that's what you will do."
Wow.
So I said, "No, don't remember." So he started to talk about it, and I just, all of a sudden it just flashed to me, and I remember, yes, wow, yes, like, wow. Now what's that? You will see that you can decide to have something happen, and that something will happen provided that one condition will happen. And that's what kills everyone, positive thinking and negative thinking and all thinking. There is one thing that has to happen in order for your self-created truth to come about. And it is, you must not look for confirmation.
Wow. Wow.
If you look for confirmation, you made that idea into a physical thing, it will never happen. Now,
Yeah.
this is an unbelievable thing, that everything that happened to you because you put it there and did not look for confirmation. So you have to be surprised when it happened. Yes. On the one hand, you know that you created it, but on the other hand, you are surprised when it actually happened,
Right.
because it just happened.
Wow.
So it is a kind of a situation where you decide, it happens, you don't check that it happened, but you know that it will happen, but you don't check that it happened. So why is it so complex? Because this creation is not a physical thing. It has nothing to do with what I've done or I didn't do or anything. It has to do with that decision, and things did not happen. The decision come before the reaction.
Wow.
The reaction was most people think that this happened and this happened and this happened and that's why something happened. But actually, the decision is before of all the this and this and this, and the decision is the thing that define all the things that will happen and allow you to navigate. If you don't have a decision before, you are on a course without a navigation. It's like almost like you have an F-16, and you cannot turn up, down, left, right, or you're going onto one direction only if you don't have an idea behind it.
Right.
Because without the idea is your ability to navigate, your ability to use this F15 and go right, left, run, and you'll get to the target, but you will be able to overcome the barriers. Otherwise, the first barrier, you will hit into it and you will crash.
Agree.
Yeah, so this, you can say that this idea that do not look for confirmation is actually the steering wheel for the spirit.
Nice. Wow.
The moment that you look for a confirmation, you are locked and you have no more steering wheel. Because you expect something, so you are locked.
And most people got trained that they need confirmation everywhere.
Yes.
They
They need confirmation.
Yeah,
They need confirmation. They need confirmation. They need confirmation. You'll see that if you really get that concept, if you understand this concept and that concept alone, that you need to decide something, take it, throw it away, hide it, don't look at that ever again. So it will not, it's basically, imagine that you are a magician, okay? And you create fire.
Right.
If you will burn from your own fire, it will be stupid, yes? You are not a magician. Yes?
Correct, yes.
Yes. So when you come up with these ideas, you need to make sure that you're not getting affected by the fires that you create. And that's why when you don't look for confirmation, it is probably the most powerful concept in the universe and the most almost impossible for people to do, because they're always looking for a confirmation.
Right.
Always looking for a confirmation.
Exactly. Exactly. I will go back with that. And the next question that I have here is that what was your specific product or service that when you start the empire?
What I started with was software.
Software.
The first thing that I actually did was software, and the story was going like that. I started to write softwares, and I put together a software business. But I very quickly realized that writing software is like talking, just learning a language and talking, and it's not really so interesting just to talk for almost no reason. Yes, you just talk. So and also to talk without any ability to change. It's like someone tell you, this is the way that you're going to say it, and you're going to repeat it like that and only like that. So it's kind of a parroting. So I didn't like the idea. So I decided to create software that writes software. That was my first product, and this thing got me to move and create some kind of a success, but not real big success. And the real big success happened when I introduced an anti-fraud device into the fuel industry in South Africa. And that became a massive success up to today. It's a massive success. And that was the first big product.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And next is that they asking like any useful business system that you recommend for a businessman at this time.
Yeah. So probably the most important, there are a few things that are really important for a businessman. The first one is to sell. You need to learn how to sell.
Right.
You need to learn how to sell a lot in any condition. You need to be the best salesman in the universe. Yes.
Right.
You need to learn how to market, and you need to learn how to deliver. That's the most important thing. Now, this is just the beginning, because very, 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 very quickly after you started, you have to learn how to get organized. So I can divide a business. The basic 3 legs that any business stand on is administration, PR, marketing and sales, and delivery. Now, of course, there's more, but the over like small, medium businesses, if they have these three pieces figured out, no one can stop them. No one can stop them. And the most important of them all at the beginning is sales, and once you start to move, is actually organization.
Right. So if they want to be able to expand, they need to know how to sell and how to do organization. Otherwise, it's just stuck the way it is.
Yeah. It's not that you're. I don't think that. I think that it goes like that. 90% of your success has to do with your ability to organize. 9% has to do with who you are, who you know, marketing, sales,
Connection and stuff, right?
connections, and 1% genius.
So everybody can be successful in business.
Yeah, because it's fine. So we'll not get 100%, you get 99%. Because in business, you don't need even 90%, you need 51%.
Right.
In business, if you have 51%, right? If you got 51% of the parts of the business right, you are fine. You'll make it and you can improve. Right. So if you have 1%, and let's say that you are the genius of all geniuses, you got 1%. And let's say you have all the connections in the universe, you have 9%. So now you have 10%. But you're a terrible organizer, you will never succeed. And you'll see that that's what really happened to most entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs actually have 1% genius, for sure, they're geniuses. They have actual very, very good connection. They can communicate with people, they can mingle, they know how to be in communication, but they have no idea about the organization, and they don't even think that organization is important, so they fail.
How do they start learning about the organization? I know it's a big thing. It's not just something that they can learn in a day or so.
Yeah. So I think that the most important thing, there's an immediate thing that you can do, and after that there's a lot more. But the most important thing, if I want to give you a first aid, if I want to give you some kind of Advil right now for organization, I would say that the most important thing is to get off the entrepreneurs' drugs. Entrepreneurs have a drug that they really like. And what is this drug? Yes, they really like this specific drug. All entrepreneurs, or most people generally, are on this drug. It's a very heavy drug. It's worse than cocaine, worse than marijuana, worse than everything, worse than LSD. It's the worst drug in the universe. And this drug is, they love not completing cycles of actions.
Wow.
They love to start things and not complete it. The touch and the delay. They love delays. It seems like if you look at people, they really think that the more delay they have, the more oxygen they have. Although they say they don't like it, every alcoholic will tell you, I don't like the alcohol, but I still have to drink it. Exactly the same. Every drug, it tell you, yes, I know I have to stop, but they still do it.
Wow.
Yes, they love it, they love it, they love it, they love it. And every single entrepreneur have this problem that he is totally hooked on not completing cycles of actions.
Wow.
So if I was to give an advice to immediately how to help entrepreneurs right now, is make a list of all the open cycles that you have. Make a list of things that you did not close, and pick up the first item and close it. And then pick up the second item and force yourself not to close it. Second item, you force yourself not to do it. Yes,
by
you get
just
it?
decision, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just decide not to do it. You decide not to do it. Okay? Why? And the third item you do. Why I want the second item to decide not to do, and the fifth item and the seventh item, etc. Why? Because when you do something, you do it, fine. But in order to demonstrate that you are cause, you need to decide that you can not do something.
Right.
So when you have these both things covered, do and not do, all of a sudden what you see is that you realize, actually, I'm cause. So I can decide to do it or not do it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And that recover this ability to decide to do or not, and not to be affected of I have to do it, or I don't want to do it, or I don't feel like doing it. All of this is being an effect. It's not really being caused.
Right. I agree on that. Yeah. Wow. So back on the confirmation. So if someone want to learn how to be able to make the decision without confirmation, what can they start with? Yeah.
Okay, so I would suggest that they will come to the yoga class.
Okay.
Because what I teach in the yoga class is I actually teach how you can become your native you. How can you become you? That's really what I teach. How you can become you.
Okay.
It's
So
very
that's
fascinating.
yeah. So someone like me, I never practice yoga. Is there something that we have to do like practicing, or is this something that we can learn to be able to be a better person, a better businessman? Yeah.
Yeah, yoga is actually a piece of knowledge that was designed to release the person from the draconian effect of the body and other things in the environment, and by that restoring to the spirit its native abilities. That's actually what yoga is.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and this knowledge of yoga has been lost over the years. So today, when you say yoga, people generally think that it's a lot of meditation and some poses, and they hope to get to somewhere. And people tell them that it takes many, many, many years, and they do it many, many years, and nothing happened. And they think that they need more time and more money and more this and more that. That's not yoga. Okay, that's what yoga became, but it's not the original yoga. So the actual art or knowledge of yoga has been lost.
Wow.
And you need to recover it. Now, in order to recover it, you need to recover your ability to know. Because if I come and I tell you, well, this is the knowledge of yoga, and I'll tell you, sutra number 1 is this, sutra number 2 is this, sutra number 3 is that, even if it's exactly as it was written, day one, when it was written, you read that, you get it from me, it's not yours, so it will not have much of an effect of you. It may be for you that you'll say, wow, how clever you are, but it will not actually help you, because in order for something to help you, you need to make it yours. What do I mean? You need to invent it. So in these lessons, first of all, at the beginning, I'm just establishing a language with you. I'm teaching you all the basic terms and symbols, so we have a common definition, so we know what we are talking about. But once you know what we are talking about, I run you through a method or through a process or through a drill that actually get you to recover, to remember, to recall what were the original Yoga Sutras.
Wow.
And then once you find it, you'll see that you have 200 people on a class, and you have 200 people find the same thing without having any physical communication between the people. Everyone find the same thing.
Wow.
And that's what the purpose of this thing. And basically, you will see that through these lessons, you will restore you.
Really nice. Yeah. So like
the purpose is for you to restore you.
Yeah. Which means that they can make the decision without the confirmation, and which means that they will be able to organize and do things and close the cycle of action that they want to.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Yeah. So it's meirezra.com/yoga. So if anyone would like to learn more about life, about business, please get on this link and register. There will be a free webinar this Sunday, so you guys sign in now, and I will see you in the next few days. Thank you so much, Meir, for spending your time. I always appreciate what I have learned from you and applied in life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bao. It was very, very nice talking to you, and thank you for everyone for listening, and thank you for Amit and Swapna for creating or helping us with all the administration and the background, and Shamaya for being the conductor of the orchestra. and for Gali for helping me on everything I need, and for the people that listening and the people that will listen. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me press end here. And thank you. And we are offline.